Attack the enemy! Victory is ours!
Hello everybody, welcome back for another War Thunder First 10. Today with the Cheeto Late 4.7 battle rating Japanese medium tank right after the Cheeto regular. The main differences I see are kind of the layout of the tank. So the turret is now centrally located instead of offset to one side. The armor looked like it was about the same, slightly different construction angles I think, but the same thicknesses, and the gun is the same, the turret is the same, still no coax machine gun, which I don't really like, and the same machine gun up the front. The ammo layout was a bit different, and I brought only 15 rounds, which looks like I could bring a few more, which took me down to, took all the turret and shoulder ammo out. Whoops, I should probably pay attention to where I'm driving. Not exactly where I wanted to go. So there's I'm gonna experiment and keep adding ammo back in until it fills up the other ammo rack down in the floor of the tank. And let's see, other things. Today is 29 June 2017. I have got my research set to parts, of course, and I have a 10% research booster turned on, and I think that should just about cover everything. There's the rest of the lineup. I'm still running with those same aircraft because that's Japan. They don't have really great air-to-ground aircraft yet until I get slightly higher battle ratings. And I don't have anything particularly good. I could bring a couple zeros in, but I like to have ground attack capability. And I don't consider two 60-kilogram bombs to be ground attack capability. So, there you have it. I'm also very glad I got the Domination on Sinai, because, you know, of course, that is the traditional Japanese tank battle locale and environment, so perfect. For all of you who don't know me, that was pretty heavy sarcasm. Well, it seems to move fairly well. It's got that going for it. One thing I forgot to compare from the Cheeto to the Cheeto Late was the engine power, so it may have a better engine. I'll have to try to remember to look that up after this battle. I did notice that the top speeds were roughly the same. So, also my turret rotation and reload were slower on this tank than on the regular Cheeto, but that's also in this tank's specific configuration and my Cheeto specific configuration, which of course for the Cheeto Late is totally stock, and for the Cheeto it has quite a bit of upgrades on it. It's not fully spaded yet, but I think it's got everything except for the two engine and transmission upgrades. I think I have everything else done on it. I may even have one of the engine upgrades. Anyway, I have the turret rotation upgraded already, so the turret rotation is going to be slower on this one, and the reload is a little slower too.
Somebody, cover me! Attack the B point! Need cover!
I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Wow, we are fighting the Allies and they are pretty much killed out. So I guess we'll head for B and keep our eyes open off to the right here. Nobody in sight yet. Looks like the ones that are left alive are probably off towards C point. See what sort of speed we can build up going down this hill here. Not too bad. Where?
The Allied forces have captured a zone.
I heard the shot. I don't see where it's coming from. Right there. I don't think. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we're gonna get we're not gonna get the turret turned in time. Well, gang, here's battle number 2. I threw 5 more shells in. Let's see how that looks on the X-ray once we get heading towards our capture point here. Alright, looks like you can safely carry up to 20 shells. Which is interesting, because if you look down there and count, that's only 15. But you can carry 20, and you only get 3 ammo racks worth, so I would say you could safely bring 20 shells. Interesting. Let's see who we're fighting. Yeah, shockingly, it's the entire Allied team against the entire Axis team. That's pretty common. The mobility's not too bad. I forgot to check the engine horsepower and such between the two again. Let's give a little turret rotation test here. Yeah. Not terribly fast in the old stock configuration. It's pretty much the same as the regular Cheeto, though. I'm gonna aim for these lower buildings and try to get behind them. I'm assuming that somebody will be in a BT-5 or BT-7 or M2 or M22 or something low tier from the Allies and scoot into the capture point before I can get there, so... see if I can't get down there and try to hold them rather than just blasting into the point. I don't really want to test the frontal armor on this thing that badly. Not yet. I'd rather test it in like a city kind of battle. To start. Alright, let's see what we got here. If nobody's coming, though... boy, now I'm... oh, there we go. There's somebody. Oh, an ASU-57. Alright, let's get in a position where we can shoot him. And his little dog, too. I think I must have shot just over him. Reload rate's not entirely that great. Is he going to hide behind the tree? I'm not sure if I can hit him through the tree. I surely can. I surely can kill him right through the tree. Woo! T-34 rushed his shot. Alright. Well then. That certainly works. That certainly works too. My goodness. Alright, just a little bit behind him. Alright. Gotta aim just a little bit farther forward. Is he stopping? He is not stopping. Got him on fire. Oh, he actually killed my... wow, he killed my turret crew. I'm actually impressed by that. He must be a 76. I don't think a 75 could do that. And, oh, VC, that's why. Alright, I'll take the assist. That's okay. Alright, well... let's see if we can't get in there and start taking the point. It's not too bad. 3 kills and an assist. Can work with that. I like that somebody turned on multi-strike after I got 3 kills. That's hilarious. Damn the luck! Well, after the amount of research I got after Battle 1 for simply capturing a point, those 3 kills and an assist ought to take care of me getting parts after Battle 2 here. Oh, he moved a little bit, okay. Oh, a ricochet. Alright. Let's aim a little back behind where we were. Oh, he's on fire.
Allied forces have captured the zone.
There we go. That should be another assist. Got the captured knocked out. Sort of damaged his breach. Somebody else is shooting over there, but I can't tell what they're shooting at. Oh, they're shooting at the dead guy. There we go. There's the assist on the T-34.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Let's reload some ammo. And we'll push up into those trees where that T-34 was, so we have a better defensive position on the capture point here.
We have taken the initiative.
I don't really expect to fire that much ammunition in a battle, even 20 rounds, which is a pretty low count. It's not too bad for a low tier like this. I don't even expect to fire that much ammo, but still, all the same. Let's reload to full anyway, just in case we were to get disabled somewhere. If I lose my engine out there, or my transmission, and don't get set on fire, I'll still be able to fight while not being able to move, so... Is this guy gonna burn out? Sure looks like he's going to. Oh, there's two of them there. Okay, I see. Yeah, that Sherman is still dead, guys. He's still dead. This battle might go a little slowly if they don't come down here to contest the A point. I don't really want to drive all the way back up the hill just to... Well, do I?
Attention to the designated grid.
Sure, we've got enough guys down here on the A point. I'll head up and see if I can get to battle, just for the sake of the battle not being quite as long. It's already been a pretty good battle here. Not bad at all. That is a Soviet AAA for sure.
A little more effort, and victory will be yours.
I hear it, I don't see it. Oh, there he is. He got taken out up there on the hill. Yep, there he was. He was behind the tree. Obscured from my sight, unfortunately.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Is that hostile air? I believe that was hostile.
Somebody, cover me. Attention to the designated grid square.
Thank you for the strafing assist there, fighter. Letting me know where he was. Appreciate it. Looks like we've got some up in the town, maybe? Somebody's near my squad mate. I can't actually see my squad mate though. Oh, he's obscured over that hill. Oh, looks like he got the M10 that it was anyway, so. I don't see anybody in the binoculars at the moment. Mobility's actually not too bad. What have we got left here? We've got 4 left.
Attention to the map. Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Oh, I hope somebody's not back there. That sunlight is... Yep, somebody is back there.
Attention to the map.
And looks like he was just knocked out. The turning ability, not the best, especially when you're going up a hill. Looking like we've got a fair chance of surviving this battle. I would love to know what those other two guys are doing way down there at the bottom of their team. I'm assuming they're way out over there. Or probably back at our spawn or something. Really contributing to the team by camping our spawn. That none of us are respawning at. Definitely the best tactic to use in tank battles. As you can tell, I'm a real big fan of spawn camping. Rather suspecting that's where they are. Let's see what we can see. Oh, okay, well, one of them was in air. I guess that's another possibility that they were going to be.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Yep, back at our spawn. There's a shocker. What do we got here? Don't see anybody in my horizon scan here with the binocs. I suppose I'll head back to our spawn. And a slight hunt for the team non-contributor here. Yep, that's where he is. Hang on, Werble. Yeah, much like the Cheeto regular, you need to have some speed going if you want to be able to turn effectively in this. It's not really surprising. Yep, it was one of the guys all the way down at the bottom. A Cromwell who went all the way around to get one single kill at our spawn at the expense of his team losing. I don't understand, people. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it back here in time to get after him and try to kill him, but maybe. This ticket bleed is awfully slow. Let's see. I like the other guy down at the bottom of their team who still hasn't even done anything. He hasn't even gotten a spawn kill yet.
Attention to the map.
Big contributor. Big contributor. It would be hilarious if he's just about to get to the A point and start taking away from us, though. I don't think that's going to happen, but it would be hysterical. He's probably the one that just spawn killed our guy. I would assume Cromwell's the only thing that can move that fast. Yep, he just got killed there. Well, there we go. We'll see you in battle number 3. Alright, gang. This is battle number 3. I actually don't know which way I want to go here. I'm gonna go for A, because I like that spot, honestly. I haven't seen this battle in Domination in quite a while, which I'm gonna guess is probably because of the battle ratings I've been playing lately have been mostly higher tier. I will assume that's the differentiating factor there. Let's see what the hill climb is like. I did finish parts, as you saw. I moved my research on to horizontal turret drive, because that's a pretty important modification. A little more important than the tracks. You're bound to lose your tracks a lot and fairly often, but the horizontal turret drive can make a bigger difference, especially if your tracks get broken in life or death. So I thought Battle 2 went pretty well. couldn't quite catch up to the guy who was in our spawn, but he was in a comet and he had a downhill drive to go, and I was coming from the opposite direction, so that's not really too surprising. I'm not sure I can even make it to the A point here in time. Nice shooting, Cheeto. Nice shooting. Got a couple Cheetos here with us. Alright, fairly small battle. Let's see if we can get in on the A point here, or maybe blast somebody else who's trying to take it from the other team. Gonna follow this other Cheeto, and, well, I was gonna follow him. Then he stopped, and now I have stopped and lost all my momentum right before going up a hill, so that's fun. Not a position I want to be in, particularly. Alright, we've got some fighting going on at C. Let's get in the B point here and take it, and then we'll move to the left here. Keep our eyes out to the right on the horizon there. I don't see anybody coming. Yeah, it looks like quite a lot of enemies up towards C, so that's where we're going to head. Up. What are you guys shooting at? And where's the T-34 or Churchill that just killed somebody behind me, I wonder? Maybe straight up ahead of me is where the Churchill was? Can't tell if the guy behind me was getting hit or not. Man, I'm not seeing anybody. I don't know if I missed him or they just haven't been in sight. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Well, a lot of them have been killed out. Certainly. We're just going to hang out behind this building till we complete the capture, then we'll go looking for what I believe is an archer up in front of me, so I'm pretty sure he killed the other guy that was in the C point with me. Come on. Forget it. Trying to turn this thing without any speed is... Yep, there's the... Oh, he was over there. I would have missed that. I would have driven right up front of him. Somebody's up here, though. So the archer that killed the guy that was with me was over there. He would have made short work of me, because I thought he was up here from the shooting that I saw up here, so... Good thing I had a teammate there with me. Or at least close enough. Definitely enemy air. This could be bad. Yeah. Okay, those were awfully big-looking bombs. Well... I really don't particularly like getting this map in lower tiers, even though it means I'm not going to be vulnerable to ATGMs, which of course are what make this map absolute hell in higher tiers. But I don't like the long travel distances for a first 10 for a stock tank. But we're going to go with the old reliable path from the western spawn to B. because I can kind of just set the cruise control and go. So, I don't know if you guys noticed. Well, actually, you wouldn't be able to tell from the final results screen, but I finished 70 points short of finishing the horizontal turret drive for the Cheeto Lake there after Battle 3, so that's actually kind of funny. Oh well. We'll surely get it in this battle. I'm pretty sure even taking a one-hit kill will be enough to give me 70 research points towards a modification, so... That is one aspect of lower tier first 10s that is nice, getting modifications actually unlocked over the course of the first 10 instead of just a reasonable or even a fair amount of progress towards parts, which is usually how it goes in 8.0 and tier 5 type first 10s, where it's like, well, I made some progress towards parts, now I'm going to grind for the next 4 days to finally unlock parts. And then I'm going to work on horizontal turret drive for another week, and then I'll finally be able to start FPE. So it's nice to be able to get those things done in the early on lifetime of the lower tier tanks. It's a refreshing change from the higher tier grind, that's for sure. Yep. All the allies again, not a surprise. They will probably beat me to the B point, because I'm not exactly speeding across the desert here. It's strange, it's almost like the Japanese didn't take desert performance into account at all when they designed their tanks. I don't know why. Again, that's a little bit of sarcasm for those of you who don't know me there. Just in case you couldn't figure it out. That was probably aimed at me, I'm gonna assume. I actually almost timed that bounce correctly. Oh, that's fun. Well, I suppose I could take advantage of it too. I was gonna say that might have been friendly smoke, but it was definitely not, because I don't have any friendlies coming anywhere near B. Alright, keep giving me the smoke, fellas. That works fine for me. Ooh, close. And machine gun fire is also nice. Alright, we got a Sherman. Sherman that we can't see. Oh, and he's got a buddy. How many we got there? Is that a Comet? It's a Comet or a Cromwell. Probably gonna try... Well, I was gonna deal with the Comet or the Cromwell first, but I'm gonna get a shot at the Sherman, so... We'll just pop him one and then hope that this guy doesn't get to me fast enough. He's gonna try to come around behind me. Nope, he is gonna... what's he doing? Somebody else just got my breach. Son of a... I probably should have backed farther off. Oh, yep, getting hit from there. Yeah, I definitely should have backed farther off. That's... yeah, we're finished. I don't have a bow machine gunner, apparently, so that's fun. Yeah, we're done. God dang it. Maybe not. It depends on how quickly the team can reload and shoot him again. Yep. Not fast enough. Alright, everybody. This is battle number 5. We're going to see if we can't do a little bit of warehouse fighting here. This could be interesting. See what we can do. This is good. This gives us a little bit of a urban test. Just make sure relatively small, not too small of a battle. Nobody I specifically recognize. Nope. Get up here a little bit of the ways, and then we'll try to find a good spot to hunker down and wait for a fly to wander by my web. Really? Come on. Come on. Get in position. Alright, we've already got... Wow, somebody J'd out or somehow killed himself. That sounded like it's probably a friendly. Oh, here we go. Contact front. And we're stuck. Ooh, the Chi-Ri. That'll be my next tank right there. Come on, you can do it. Well, change of plans, because there's nothing here to fight. We'll follow that tiger up ahead and see what he can do. Is that artillery, or are we actually getting shot at? I think that was small caliber artillery, honestly. That somehow wasn't exploding. Well, that was boring. Let's see if we can find some contact. Thought maybe we'd spied an ambusher in there, but that's definitely a environmental tank carcass.
Well done.
And they're on our point, so we'll play some defense. I'm not sure how the tiger didn't see him. He was even on fire before the tiger started moving.
A little more effort and victory will be ours.
Hit him again, tiger. Oh, there's two of them in there. They're both dead, though. Tiger got them both. See if we can move in. We'll take the B point back, and then we'll head back for A. I was pretty sure I could capture from out here. Maybe not. Thought you could get it from just outside the spot. Come on, get in there. Come on, Cheeto. There we go. Yeah, I guess I was just barely outside the point. Fair enough. I mean, I guess if there's a tiger, I might as well follow the tiger, right? Let him take some of the hits for me. He's surely got to have slightly better frontal armor than me.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
There we go. Let's move out again. We'll follow our fine example of German and Japanese cooperation up here in front of us. If we can keep up with them, that is.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
See what they've got left. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. We've got them more or less knocked out pretty well. We'll move up towards A cautiously, but fairly rapidly. See what we can see, and see what this Tiger does in front of us. I don't know if he's going to go for the capture, or if he's just going to go for trying to kill them all out. See if we can actually get in. Looks like we can get in the cap from the side here. I think we will do that. With another Tiger, although this one's not a Japanese Tiger. Somebody just took a hit out there. I don't know if we can see where they are. Can't knock that train car down either, that's too bad. Oh, I'm gonna guess he was that M18, so... We're gonna stay here inside the point and assume that they will come to us. Just try to cover my turret a little bit from at least a direct side shot. With that wall there. I heard some shooting come from back that way a little bit. Ooh, we lost our Tiger from up in front of us. That almost had to be a side shot from an M4A1. I believe I forgot to mention I did finish the horizontal turret drive, of course, last battle, and then move my repair or my research onto FPE. So should have FPE pretty soon. If this battle's not enough with a kill and an assist and a couple of caps, then it'll be very quickly after that. Wow, that M4 got a pair of Tigers before he got killed by another Tiger. I guess 3 is the limit. That's pretty impressive work, honestly, for a Sherman. Take out 2 Tigers and finally get taken down by a third. That's more like how the opposite would go in real life. That's pretty good work. They're on the B point. We've got quite a head start on them with the A point, so as long as this Panzer IV-H stays with me, I should beat them. Friendly air. I wish these 2 would come back and cap, but I guess if they're gonna suppress reinforcements from their spawn, of which there are not going to be very many, it'd be a lot faster if they came in and helped us cap, but whatever, we've still got quite a lead on the enemy team as far as who's going to win the capturing race, so... This part's going to be... The beginning of this battle was boring for me. This part's probably going to be boring for you guys, because I'm going to sit here until we either capture the point or get killed. Because that is sort of the objective of this map, is to capture the point. I'd love to know where that came from. An IS-2, for God's sake? From directly behind me. Alright, well, shit. Alright, everybody, here's battle number 6. So far, for the first 5 battles, I have not had a lot of reasons not to like the Cheeto Late. It does very well for what it is, which is a middle tier kind of middle battle rating medium tank. It's not that bad. It's pretty well suited for the enemies that it faces. It's relatively mobile. I mean, the armor's not anything special. The gun's not anything special, though. Just like the Cheeto, I feel that the gun is adequate for what it is. The engine seems to move fairly well. Wow, they got to B in a hurry. Okay, enough. And, yeah. If we had those two guys who were sitting at either of their spawns, which were empty naturally, if we'd have had them helping us capture, we probably would have had that captured and I would have most likely survived that last battle, but, oh, whatever. We still won. That's the important thing. I would have also finished FPE in the last battle, which would have also been nice, but that right there should have just done it. For those of you who are curious, the first 5 battles took me 1.5 hours to get recorded, which, if you can compare that to the amount of time it's taken so far up to this point for... Look at how much of our team is at the freaking Valley of Tears. What a waste. As I was starting to say, if you can compare how much time it took me to get those 5 battles recorded compared to how much time it took to get up to Battle 6 in this video, you can see roughly how much, Really? My shot didn't... Did my shot just not even hit him? I should have had some effect there. Alright, well here's Battle 7. To finish the thought that I was in the middle of in Battle 6 when my shot somehow didn't have any effect whatsoever on that Su-85. You can compare how long it took me to get through the first 5 battles with how long the video actually was to that point, and that'll give you a sense for how long it takes to get the bits of footage that I need to actually put a first 10 together. So it's the battle, it's the waiting for the battle, hitting to battle and then waiting for the battle, and then playing the battle part with the featured vehicle, and then either playing it till the end, which has already happened once here, where I survived all the way through, or playing it till I get killed in the featured vehicle, and then moving on to the next vehicle if I have enough spawn points, or just sitting and waiting, and playing out until I'm out of spawn points, or until the battle ends, or until I am out of spawn points and then I have to wait for the battle to finish and in the background, and then I can finally get the screen cap for the final, well, not the final results, but each individual battle results screen. So that's partially why it takes me so long to get these recorded. If I wasn't worried about the end results screen for each battle, I'd be able to get these battles done much faster for the first 10, but I like being able to show you guys the research progress and also the rest of how I did in the battle, and also that tells you whether or not we won or lost, which in my early first 10s when I didn't do that, it didn't show you what we actually... how the battle turned out, so at least here you can see whether we won or lost with each tank, and then it gives me a little chance to brag a little bit further on how I did with further battles, so... Oh dear, back up, back up, back up, back up! Sherman, too? Where? Behind me? Yep, behind me. Well, I guess I was alone there. Well, here's battle number 7. Or wait. Whatever. Before the last battle, I forgot to mention that prior to that, I spaded out my Japanese M24, so that's cool, I guess. That'll be a useful light tank until I can get the M41A1, which will be another couple of tanks to go in the future. I'm going for the Chiri 2, and then I'll do the M4A376, and then the M41A1 after that, so the M24 will have to stay in the lineup for a little bit here. Which is alright. It's not great, but it's also not my first spawn vehicle at this battle rating or anything either, so it's alright as a backup. Plus, spaded, it at least moves quickly. And has artillery to fire, so that's useful. Wish I had artillery right now for the C point. see who we're fighting. All the allies. And a couple names that are familiar from earlier battles. That's one down. Not all of them, but at least he cleared a T-3457. That would be a bit of a concern for me. That's gotta be a jumbo right there. Let's see if we can get a... That's definitely a jumbo. I can tell by the look of him. I'm gonna have to go around him. Yep. Well, that's disappointing to say the least. Either I'm gonna have to go around him or the Tiger's gonna have to come and get him, because I'm not gonna hurt him from the front. Or any sort of an angle. Let's see if we can hit him from behind. Or I suppose the side will work. I suppose the side will work just fine. Alright, our Panzer F2 survived. Good, I'm glad to see I got there in time.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Alright, well we got somebody up there to kind of cover that approach, so I'm going to focus on heading towards the B point as quickly as possible here. What is he doing? Oh, he's the German KV-2. Is he moving? I think he's AFK. I think he just spawned in late. Great. We've got a German KV-2 and he's just sitting at our spawn. That's unfortunate. We've got an M18 at our southern spawn, so that's predictably cancerous. And we've got a P-47 up too. Great. I was looking over at the score results, but I think he shot... Yep, I did see him up on... I saw him, and I was about to focus in on him, but I was looking down at the score from that P-47. This battle's gonna go poorly. Alright, everybody, this is Battle 9. I know that for sure. And, boy, I honestly wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with this battle. So, I'm gonna go middle-ish. I think, up the road and up around here for now. See what I can see and see what I can find. What is he driving? Oh. Huh. I don't know. This is a big battle. This could be interesting. Well, I will grant him that. That is definitely true. Well, it's not the same with every tank, by any means. God. Jesus. Alright guys, here's battle number 10, back in Stalingrad, which of course you know is the natural environment for a Japanese tank. Not a single jungle in the entire mix here for the whole 10 battles. It's kind of disappointing. Shiri 2 does look like it's gonna be pretty good. This hasn't been a bad tank by any means. That last battle, good lord, we ran into literally the entire team was M6A1s and M4 Jumbos. That was pretty rough. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. You know, I actually haven't fired an 88 since I've had Boris's sound mod installed. I don't have it running right now on my laptop, as you can probably tell by the default sounds, but the terrible, awful, horrible default sounds. But I need to turn it back on, and I guess it's been updated, but I haven't touched it in a while, so I need to re-download it and reset it up on my laptop, and then I need to actually fire the 88 to see what it sounds like, because that is one of the rather iconic guns that you would hear from this game. Kind of would like to hear it, along with the L7 105mm for the everything Allied after 1960 something. Alright, let's see if we can spot somebody. There was one. Okay, it's a... looks like an Avenger. Oh, and we got another one. M18, we definitely got some company coming close. I can't believe I actually hit him there. That should not have registered as a hit. Well, alright, the M18 is dead. Good. I hit him and marked him for the team. That's good enough. There he is. Yep, he's the one that hit me. Awfully nice of him to knock that tree down for me, though. I got his gunner. Let's hope we can reload in time before he can crew swap, thank goodness. Come on, loader. There we go, alright. Let's get back behind cover a little bit here. I think I saw somebody right there. Pretty sure there was somebody. I don't see him right now. There's one. We're in for a fight here, gang. Nope, he must be the one I already killed. That's too bad. Alright, I'm not... oh boy, that's ugly. Good lord, they've already got a P-47 up. That's very bad news. Gonna have to move. We're sitting ducks for that P-47. He's probably gonna have more bombs or rockets. There's his rocket attack. At least his first rocket attack. I should have fired the main gun. I was trying to fire the coax, but my coax gunner, of course, is gone.
Attack the aim point. No! Affirmative.
Oh! Oh! Well, we'll get the final results screen and come back for the final thoughts. Just a little bit off on that P-47. God, now there's a P-38. There he is. Oh, he's done. Alright, so final thoughts for the Cheeto Late. I liked it. I mean, it's pretty good, I have to say. It suffers from not having a coax machine gun. That would be kind of nice. And That's really probably the biggest drawback, at least in my opinion, would be it'd be nice to have a coax that I could have fired at aircraft or marking targets if I need to mark them. Other than that, I didn't really have a whole lot of complaints about the tank. The tier is a little bit rough, but apart from that, I don't really have a whole lot of complaints about the Cheeto Lake. I don't think it was too bad at all. I think the hardest thing would be there aren't very good aircraft to pair up with it. That's probably the biggest problem I would have, is that there's not good aircraft to match up with it that have any sort of a ground strike capability, because of course that wouldn't be what the Japanese were particularly concerned with. So that's pretty much it. Once I get absolutely murdered here at the A point, we'll call this good. And we'll move on to the next first 10. Can't believe that. Alright, there we go. I knew it was coming for too long. Alright, well that'll do it for the first 10 for the Cheeto Late. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for stopping by and checking this one out. Have a great day, everybody.